let's see how we can create this freeze frame clone effect using just Premiere Pro. Grab your video, pull it right into your timeline. Now for this effect, it helps if there is a shadow casted on your subject and that they are against the light. Grab your video, duplicate it for as many clones as you want. So I'm going to go with 5 clones. Therefore, I will duplicate 5 times. Now we're going to hide all of these except the first duplicate. Move forward until your subject is doing something like this, and their body is just in the air. Add frame hold to get like a picture for the rest of the video. Get your second clip, move forward until they are in a different position. Again, right click, add frame hold. Repeat until you have all of your duplicates. I do one in the air. Right click, add frame hold. Final video, we can just put it here. Once you have your frame holds, we're going to get rid of the extra bits. Delete them, and you should get this staircase effect. So when you play it back, you have like a picture sequence of your subject just walking in the desert. Now to make this a moving video, we're going to grab each of these duplicates, effect controls, and just change their blending mode to darken. Just repeat with all the other duplicates. And now when I play this back, we have this effect. So that looks pretty cool, but we can make it even better by just changing the positioning. So you can do this where the subject is just walking and they're kind of leaving breadcrumbs as they go. So we're just going to duplicate this, all of them. Hold down Alt or Option, click and drag to the other side. Now, if you do this the opposite, meaning that your duplicate, the first one, shows up at the beginning, and then it kind of escalates from there, you're gonna get a better result. So basically your subject is going to run into these positions, and we're just gonna cut them after he's in them. So around here, when the subject is in my first duplicate, I'm going to cut this, get rid of the excess bit, wait for him to go for the second duplicate. There we are. Razor tool, cut it. We have the third position, which I'm just going to extend. Cut it. And finally, the fourth subject, or duplicate. Just going to wait for that frame to line up, cut it right there, and now you should get like an upside down effect. When we play this back, the subject is just going into these positions, just as you see here. So we are just playing with blending modes and freeze frames. It's a really simple effect. You can also try this effect with a different method, which will work better with tripod shots. So this right here is not a tripod shot. You can see that the camera is moving as we go. But when I bring my tripod shot, I can just manually create these freeze frames. So bring it right in. The darken method will not work for this video because, like we said, the subject needs to be dark. She is not standing against the light. and therefore she's going to look a bit weird when we change the blending mode. Just show you what I mean. If I just change this right here, so basically we're going to get this weird X-ray effect, which is not that great. So for this one, because it's a tripod shot, I get to create these freeze frames and then mask them where they need to go. So let's move forward. First, duplicate our clip. Let's go with 4 clones. Right click, add frame hold, move forward again. Let's do one here. So you would do your frame holds right here, but then when you have to mask it, you would have to be really precise, as the subject will be kind of going into that version of themselves. One thing that you can do is to just export frames. So I will do one here. Export frame, let's call it clone 1, import into project. Let's do another one here. Export frame, clone 2. Let's do one final one. Clone 3. And all right, bring your 3 clone images right above, 2 and 3. Match the duration to the length of your video. Now we're going to head into Photoshop and isolate the subject alone. So this is pretty simple if you choose your frames in a less complicated way. I'm going to grab this, select subject, Alt option to remove any of these extra bits. Once you're done, zoom right in and just be sure that we're not getting any excess areas on the side because the subject will be merging with this. Let's do that, get more of her hair. And all right, so we're going to right click on this, select inverse, hit delete, and you should have a rough selection of your subject. Command D to deselect. Grab the eraser tool if you need to delete and erase some of these bits. Try to be more precise. Hit Command S when you're done. Go back into Premiere Pro. And I'm going to hide these for now. So I got a picture right here. And from afar, it doesn't look that obvious. Let me go here. My subject will be going in that position regardless. So I'm going to leave the video on until she merges with it. Delete the rest. And it's like she's grabbing parts of herself as we go. Let's repeat this with the other image. Edit in Photoshop. Zoom right in. Hit W for the quick selection tool and just make simple clicks to grab your subject. Now the cleaner this is, the better. And the difference between this method and the first method is that the other parts of the video will not interact with one another and you will not get like a weird morph effect. I'm going to do this, right click, select inverse, delete. Command D, Command S. It needs a little cleaning, but we know how to do that. Again, I'm going to leave my clone until she goes right into that position. Cut my clip. And now she has 2 clones. Let's do it one more time with this video, this image. Go back into Premiere Pro and wait until she goes in that position. Let's take a look. Again, you can like reverse this and have it look like she's leaving those trails. So let's go into that position. We're basically just reversing it. I'm gonna hit M to mark this place, push this before my marker, and repeat with all the other ones. M, bring this back. And now we're going to make it look like she's leaving these trails as she goes. So the trails are not there, she's leaving them. Pull them back, and of course increase the length. Now luckily, because this is a tripod shot, I don't have to worry about the frame moving, and that will save me from making mask path keyframes. All right, looking good. The third part is not going to look that good because she goes underneath it. To fix that, we can grab a point that she does not cross twice. I guess maybe here. And that concludes our lesson. It's a really fun and simple effect that you can do inside Premiere Pro. You can experiment with the different placement of the layers to get a different result. So now let's move on to our next lesson and see what else we can do inside Premiere Pro.